Hello, Dr. G here from Natural Foods Diet. The medical literature shows that people who exercise tend to have better health and live longer than those that don't. The good news about exercise is that most of the benefit occurs with mild to moderate amounts of exercise. The benefit curve flattens significantly when exercise is intense and prolonged. In other words, really pushing yourself hard doesn't give much added benefit. In fact, one study shows that recreational exercisers have their immune system stimulated, so they tend to have fewer colds and flus. One study showed that the recreational exercisers only got sick 50% of the rate of sedentary people. The highly trained endurance athlete, on the other hand, had 4.5 times more colds and flus than the sedentary person. So the lesson here is that more is not necessarily better. There's nothing wrong with being a competitive endurance athlete, but it's not necessarily a health-promoting hobby or occupation. More than half of my health coaching clients have adrenal burnout, and for these people, vigorous exercise is not recommended. Many people that have adrenal burnout actually use exercise as one would use other stimulants like coffee or cigarettes. Now for these people, it can be very hard to face the truth that they need to quit doing vigorous exercise and address their adrenal burnout instead. They must rest in order to recover, along with detoxifying and rebuilding their body with good nutrition. For people with adrenal burnout and sympathetic dominance, I recommend only doing light exercises such as walking and a minimal amount of strength work just to keep the muscle tone. Now this doesn't mean that this person will never be able to do vigorous exercise again. Once their mineral levels are balanced and their energy producing glands, which are the thyroid and adrenals, are working again, they will ultimately have tremendous energy and a tremendous urge to exercise, and that's when it's time to start. Now the best time to exercise is in the morning, outdoors in the sunshine, because this helps set our circadian rhythm that we talked about in another video recently. Ideally, we would have another session in the afternoon or early evening, and again, outdoors is the best, in the sunshine. Now for those that are healthy enough, I usually recommend 1 day a week of a vigorous endurance activity, such as hiking up a mountain or a long bike ride or running, say 3 to 4 miles. I also recommend 1 day a week of strength training where you perform slow, repetitious resistance exercise until muscles fatigue, getting the major muscle groups worked, like the lower extremities and the back. Now this can be accomplished using free weights, machines, or exercises that utilize your body weight. Now, 5 days a week, you should do other activities that you enjoy. And this should be fairly light activities like walking, jogging, sports, dance, hiking, gardening, or household chores. Swimming can be good, but the problem is toxin exposure from swimming pools that are treated with lots of chemicals. Swimming in lakes, rivers, and the oceans is great. All right, let me summarize this. The most important aspects of exercise is try to do activities outdoors to get some sun exposure and to get close to nature. Try to do activities that are fun and that you enjoy. Do endurance activities once a week, do strength activities once a week, and try to be active every single day. And remember, if you're burnt out, fix yourself, then start your exercise program. This is Dr. G. Thanks for watching.